Alright everyone, this is going to be my first ever YouTube video. This is weird, I don't even know where to look. But this is important because I understand that there are people on YouTube that don't use Facebook. This blog has 1.2 million followers on Facebook, but I've never really bothered to grow it on YouTube until now. What's your secret to happiness?
If somebody's being mean, in my mind I'm just like, it's fine. Just do what you're gonna do and just move on with it.
Many of you know me as the guy who travels around and interviews different people with different conditions, but that wasn't my job. I didn't apply for that. It wasn't on Craigslist. I started as a special education teacher, and I had the same 7 students for 3 years. I thought I found what I was gonna do my whole life. I had so much fun teaching those kids, and to me there was nothing more rewarding than seeing them progress and meet their objectives.
Prove to me you're listening by raising your hand in the air. Prove to me you're listening by touching your nose.
I had the same 7 students for 3 years. After our second year together, I saw these students from a whole new perspective. They were my favorite people in the world to be around. They were charismatic. They were so smart in their own way. And we were all progressing in that classroom so much together. It was one of the most rewarding times of my life.
Would you like me to check for accuracy?
Yeah!
Numeral uno, C.
Yes, you are great!
You are great also.
It was like I was going down this rabbit hole, and they became my favorite people ever. But I remembered just 2 years prior when I didn't fully understand that intelligence, when I didn't get my students to the best of my ability and their ability.
Let's jog in place like this, go! Freeze! What's the capital of Pennsylvania?
Harrisburg.
That's why we started this blog. I wanted others in our community to see my students the same way I did after a few years together. Special Books by Special Kids started as a classroom blog in a special education classroom. And it was just a side project at first. It was something for fun to give the students an outlet to communicate their thoughts.
How are you?
Good.
How do you feel?
Great.
You are great. I'd like to be you.
Funny.
About 6 months in, I uploaded a video of our morning routine, and it went viral, had over 100 million views all combined once, all the pages steal the video and share it on their own platform, but 100 million views all combined.
You, sir, are an amazing student. You're very funny. You're very smart.
Overnight, our blog went from 50,000 followers to 120,000, but even cooler, I began receiving emails from people who lived all over the world who were saying they wish that they could interview on our blog, on our platform. Is there anything that you think is important for the world to understand about you?
I'm little, but I'm 19.
At first I didn't think much of these emails because I was a teacher. All my time was in the classroom. I wasn't gonna go around and interview people. But after a few weeks, when I thought they would die off, you have a viral video, I expected it to pass over and life would go back to normal. But these emails, they just kept coming in and they kept coming in. So eventually I opened up my Gmail and I typed into it, Jacksonville. That's where I live, Jacksonville, Florida. And I wanted to see if anybody had contacted me from my hometown. And there was like 20, 30 emails from people who lived within 20 minutes of me who wanted to interview. At this time I was using just a camera phone that was cracked. I picked it up, went over to one of the homes, and filmed an interview for somebody who I didn't know, a stranger. And that's when the blog started to shift, it started to change. There's gonna be a lot of people who get to see you because you're important. How's that feel? For the next 5 months I was in the classroom, but then over the weekend I would go and travel around and interview different people. And we went from 120,000 followers to about 350,000 in only 1 or 2 months. At this point it was April of 2016, and there was only 2 months left in the school year. My time with those students, it was our 3rd year coming to an end. They were going to progress to a different classroom, so that blog wouldn't feature those students anymore. I decided to take a leap of faith. I left the classroom, turned the blog into a non-profit, and decided that if I do enough good, people will want to contribute and we can just travel around interview people with a diagnosis and tell their story so that those who don't have exposure to this world can learn about it and learn how to better connect with those who do have a diagnosis. So Rube, is it okay if I call you Rube?
No.
What should I call you then? Ruby?
Yeah.
All right, Rube. E.
You said it wrong.
Now that you're caught up with our history, I want to share a little bit about where we are now and why I still do what I do. I now travel around and interview people from all different places with all different conditions. I often meet with these people and have conversations for a half hour, and I edit these videos down to about between 2 and 3 minutes, and I know that is short for YouTube culture, but I do this really intentionally. My goal is to make these videos for somebody who has no background in this community. Honestly, for someone who normally wouldn't care. And if it was me watching something that I don't have any background in, something I normally don't care about, I'm not gonna watch a 10-20 minute video. So I make these videos short on purpose.
Hello people, welcome to the internet. I'm Matt.
And really I see all these videos as one catalog, one collection about the diversity of the human condition. So I want Joe Schmo, who doesn't give two schmucks about any of this, to click through the videos and not only find them entertaining, but educational, and to really question himself about how he treats others.
When people are making fun of him or laughing at him, then I would say, hey, stop.
Depending on how well this video is received, I'll make 1 or 2 like this every month for YouTube so that you can see what's going on behind the scenes. So yeah, I hope you follow along. I hope you enjoyed this YouTube video. I plan to make more in the future, and I'm looking forward to introducing you to people of all different conditions from around the world. I hope you're able to get to know them with an open heart and just think about how they connect to you, because deep down we're all pretty much the same. See you later, everyone. Silas, there we go. The camera's in front of us. If you're ready to do this, show me your biggest smile you have. Oh man, look out world.